No,
If you're,
it sounds like you've got a vendetta against Meghan Markle. That's what it sounds like. You sound like, Angela, with respect, you sound like a troll. You sound like a social media troll. Everything you can point out that's incorrect.
Very rude. You don't call someone a troll with respect. That's without respect.
No, it is with respect.
Let me talk about something else. Abigail Spencer, who is also a friend of Meghan's, she has given the 6th jar of jam, right? And we would see her lying on the grass, hugging it with the dog close by. It was a very sort of set up thing. That's one when she's sitting up. You're sitting down. And I thought, how ridiculous. This is a jar of jam. Why are we all getting hysterical about a jar of jam?
Who's hysterical about it? It's PR. She's trying to sell something. This is called advertising.
I know what PR is. I know what PR is.
Well, with respect, clearly you don't. You're saying it's so set up. It's a PR stunt.
You're here to fight me, so why don't you say goodbye?
I'm not here to fight you. I'm just laying out the truth to you.
You're very rude.
No, Angela, you don't want to be challenged. You won't be challenged and you won't be scrutinised. I'd like to know. Oh, and she's gone. You see, this is what happens when you challenge people. When you go to them and you say to them, "Here's some facts. Here's some truths." Some people don't like it, and if people can't answer the truths, what do? They hang up.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to all our viewers, whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a regular part of our Daily Diaries family. This is Daily Diaries Friday, your go-to spot for the week's most talked-about stories, lively debates, and a little bit of fun as we head into the weekend together. We're so glad you're joining us as we enter our weekend. Whether you're relaxing with friends, spending time with family, or just unwinding after a busy week, we're here to bring you the stories everyone's buzzing about. Today is July 26th, 2025, and we have a headline that's been lighting up social media and sparking conversations everywhere. A royal family controversy, a surprising new business venture, and a TV debate that quickly turned into must-see television. Believe it or not, it all started with something as simple as a jar of strawberry jam. Yes, you heard that right. But as is often the case with royal stories, what seems like a small detail can quickly become the centre of a much bigger storm. At the heart of it all are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex, whose lives after stepping back from royal duties continue to fascinate, divide and inspire people around the world. Tonight, we'll break down the now famous on-air clash between royal biographer Angela Levin and TalkTV host JJ Anisiobi, a debate that's become the talk of the town for its intensity and unexpected twists. The heated exchange had viewers glued to their screens, social media buzzing with reactions, and even prompted a wave of official complaints to the network. This story is about more than just a TV spat. It's about how the public perceives the royals, the relentless media scrutiny they face, and the very different paths members of the royal family are now taking. The Levin and Anisiobi debate brings all of these issues to the forefront in dramatic fashion, and tonight we'll unpack what it all means for the royals, the media, and for us as viewers. So let's dive right in. The stage was set at TalkTV, known for its lively debates. The topic, Meghan Sussex's new lifestyle brand, as ever brand, and its exclusive strawberry jam. What began as a soft product launch quickly became the spark for a fiery on-air confrontation. Host JJ Anisiobi introduced the topic, inviting Angela Levin, a royal commentator known for her strong views on the Sussexes. The discussion started with the brand, but soon shifted to a personal critique of Meghan. Levin linked the jam launch to Meghan's previous projects, questioning her motives and commitment. The conversation escalated from business analysis to a pointed character assessment. This sharp turn set the stage for the explosive exchange that followed. Angela Levin didn't mince words about Meghan Sussex's new venture. She called as ever brand another fleeting effort, suggesting Meghan Sussex often abandons projects that don't succeed instantly. Levin painted Meghan Sussex as lacking dedication, implying the jam was just the latest in a series of short-lived pursuits. She expanded her critique to Meghan and Harry's public dynamic, claiming Meghan dominates and Harry is sidelined. Levin's tone was certain, casting doubt on Meghan Sussex's sincerity and long-term vision. For Levin, this was a predictable pattern. Projects driven by attention, not passion. Her comments were a continuation of her ongoing critical narrative about the Sussexes. As Levin finished her pointed critique, the atmosphere in the studio grew noticeably tense. JJ Anisiobi, never one to shy away from controversy, didn't hold back for a moment. He leaned forward, challenging her directly. "It sounds like you've got a vendetta against Meghan Sussex." His words cut through the usual back and forth, making it clear he was questioning not just her argument, but her motives. The studio fell silent for a split second. Then, Anisiobi delivered the line that would change the entire tone of the debate. "Angela, with respect, you sound like a troll." The accusation hung in the air, electrifying the room. The word troll is loaded, especially in today's digital age. It doesn't just suggest disagreement. It implies malicious intent, online harassment, and a pattern of relentless negativity. In that moment, Anisiobi accused Levin of crossing a line from professional commentary into personal animosity. He was calling out what he saw as an obsession, not just criticism. His use of "with respect" did little to soften the blow. If anything, it made the confrontation even sharper, as if he was daring her to defend herself. Suddenly, the conversation shifted. It was no longer about Meghan Sussex's actions, but about Levin's credibility and professionalism as a royal expert. The spotlight was now on her. This was the point of no return. Anisiobi's bold move risked both support and backlash, not just from the panel, but from viewers and social media audiences watching live. The focus was now on whether Levin's criticism was fair analysis or had crossed into obsessive negativity. Was she offering insight or simply fueling controversy for its own sake? The fuse was lit, and an on-air explosion seemed inevitable. The tension was palpable, with everyone bracing for what would come next. The debate had become deeply personal, transforming a routine panel discussion into a dramatic showdown that no one in the studio, or watching at home, would soon forget. Levin was visibly offended by being called a troll. She shot back, "That's very rude. You don't call someone a troll." For her, this was more than disagreement. It was a personal attack. The conversation quickly unravelled, with both talking over each other. Levin accused Anisiobi of inviting her expertise only to insult her. Anisiobi defended his challenge, but Levin refused to continue. She declared she wouldn't be spoken to that way and ended the interview. Her image vanished from the screen, leaving Anisiobi alone in the studio. The abrupt departure stunned viewers and left a heavy silence. A live TV interview had imploded in real time. For the audience, it was pure television drama. With Levin gone, Anisiobi quickly addressed viewers, framing her exit as avoiding a tough debate. The clash immediately set social media ablaze, dividing viewers. Many sided with Levin, calling the troll comment unprofessional and unfair. They argued she was entitled to her opinion and deserved respect. Others praised Anisiobi for challenging what they saw as relentless negativity toward Meghan Sussex. For them, his comment was overdue pushback against biased criticism. The controversy escalated beyond social media. Ofcom received official complaints about the broadcast. The incident was now under regulatory scrutiny for potential breaches of broadcasting standards. The strong viewer response showed just how impactful the exchange was. This was no longer just a spat. It was a matter of public concern. The clash between Levin and Anisiobi is a striking example of just how polarized royal debates have become in recent years. What once might have been a civil exchange of views has now turned into a battleground, with each side fiercely defending their perspective and rarely finding common ground. Even a seemingly light-hearted discussion about something as simple as jam can spiral into a national controversy, exposing the deep and often emotional divisions that exist over the Sussexes and the wider royal family. The media's coverage amplifies these rifts, turning minor moments into major talking points. On one side, there's a strong demand for critical scrutiny and accountability, with some believing that every royal action should be examined and questioned. On the other, there's a call for fairness, empathy, and a plea to avoid personal negativity, as many feel the conversation has become too harsh and judgmental. These perspectives are often so far apart that real dialogue seems almost impossible. People talk past each other rather than to each other, and the gap only seems to widen with every new headline. The debate quickly became personal, with emotions running high and the stakes feeling incredibly significant for both commentators and viewers. It's no longer just about the royals, it's about identity, values, and the kind of society we want to be. The royals themselves have become symbols in a much larger cultural conversation, representing everything from tradition and continuity to change and challenge. This TalkTV moment is a microcosm of the wider media landscape, where respect is easily lost, opinions are deeply entrenched, and the lines between news, entertainment, and personal attack are increasingly blurred. Social media only intensifies these divides, giving everyone a platform but not always encouraging understanding. Perhaps the real challenge for all of us is finding a way to discuss these stories with more understanding and less heat, seeking common ground, listening more, and remembering that behind every headline are real people and real lives.